How detailed can Minecraft get? Textures in Minecraft are made up of pixels. The base game has 16 by 16 textures, meaning that blocks and items are 16 pixels long by 16 pixels wide. For example, if I'm talking about a 64 by 64 texture pack, that means that the textures are 64 pixels long by 64 pixels wide. Simple, right? Now, before we take a look at what the maximum resolution is, let's take a step backwards. 1 by 1 textures. This is as bland as you could get in Minecraft without removing the colors. The animals are normal and the grass simply doesn't exist for some reason, but other than that and a few other blocks, everything is only 1 pixel. Now, links to all the texture packs will be in the description, by the way. Now, let's take it up a notch. 2 by 2, so everything is 4 pixels now. An improvement, but not by much, so let's keep going. Now, 4 by 4 is something I might consider when playing Minecraft, and from the distance, the blocks look normal somewhat. Even the text font was changed to match the aesthetic. 8 by 8 is where we have 64 pixels for every texture, and I must admit, this doesn't look that bad, honestly. I feel like the letter font doesn't fit very well with the 8-bit textures, but oh well. Now that we've taken a look at downgraded texture packs, let's keep raising the bar until we have the answer to how detailed can Minecraft get. After the base game's 16 by 16 textures, we get 32 by 32. A lot of YouTubers like using these texture packs since you get the highest quality while sacrificing the least performance. Now, beyond this point of resolution, my computer is going to take a heavy toll rendering all these textures, so I'll have to lower my render distance to get a watchable video. 64 by 64 gives you 4096 pixels to work with, resulting in some beautiful looking blocks. Other than that, it's an upgrade to 32 by 32, so let's move on. 128 by 128 is where you have to squint really hard to see the pixels. So if you're playing Minecraft normally and have an okay computer, this is the furthest I would recommend you go. We're at 256 by 256, and there's not really much to comment on. This is where it gets really hard to see the difference between texture packs, so let's just move on. At 512 by 512, this is what the video looks like if I try and set my render distance to 16. So how about no? Obviously the textures are smooth as butter, so let's keep moving on. At this point it becomes almost impossible to tell the difference between textures without looking really hard. But I'll show you guys anyways so we can answer our question from the start of the video. 1024 by 1024 gives us over 1 million pixels per side that the game has to render, and let me tell you, that's kind of insane. Now, unfortunately, I can find only demos of 2048 and 4096 packs, as all of the ones that I could find were blocked by a paywall. Thanks so much, Patreon, for making my life easier. Nonetheless, I moved to a void world so we could get a better view of the blocks. The sample I got of 2048 is literally just a picture of real-life grass. Nice. 4096 just looks stunning. Like, look at this. Try to make out individual pixels on the block if I zoom in. That's right, you can't. Now, after this point, we'd run into a huge problem, and it has nothing to do with our PC. There are just no free texture packs above 4096 by 4096. I searched everywhere, but I found no luck. So, what did I do? I quit. Just kidding, I made my own texture pack using Microsoft Paint. Ha! 1-1 Patreon. So, we can finally answer the question, how detailed can Minecraft get? Well, the answer is 23,170 pixels by 23,170 pixels, with a huge asterisk. See, that would be the case if Minecraft actually rendered the block. For some reason, the game has trouble rendering texture packs that aren't perfect squares. So the actual answer here is 16,384 pixels by 16,384 pixels. Yeah, the block is kind of underwhelming. So that number isn't too shabby. To take that number into perspective, there are over 1 billion pixels on this one block alone. That's right, billion with a B, which means that theoretically, if you made an entire texture pack, which was 16,384 by 16,384 pixels, you're gonna have trillions of pixels on the screen at once. Jeez, just look at this thing in Paint. I can't even zoom out all the way. Well, there we have it. But let's be honest, if you wanted to look at high-res textures, just go outside, dude.